Today I'm going to swap out my stock Harley-Davidson TourPack taillight with this brand new Reaper taillight from Advent Black. What's up everybody, I'm Andrew, welcome to Touring Midwest. We're going to install this taillight today, but you might be asking, well, why would you want to swap out your TourPack taillight? In my case, all the lights on this bike were stock red, and I wanted to switch to smoke. And up until recently, there wasn't really very many good options for a TourPack taillight. Now recently, there's been a couple companies, including Harley-Davidson, that's come out with a new option for this, and I got my hands on this new one from Advent Black. So what I did for the time being was, since I was switching everything over to smoked lenses, I just night shaded this, hit it with some spray, and darkened it up, which did a really good job at making it darker, but also made the lights a little more dim. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these on so you can see what it looks like stock, but just keep in mind that this has been night shaded, so it's going to be pretty dim, much more dim than it is stock, and even stock, this isn't a super bright light. So you can see here, this is just the tail light. I'll hit the brakes. And here's the signal. And here's the flashers. So you can see that it is pretty dim, and we want to brighten that up. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the box so you can kind of get an idea what this looks like, and then we're going to start tearing into this and see how easy or difficult of a job it is to swap out the light. I'll walk you through the whole thing and we'll get on with it. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff to this bike over the winter, so if you like projects like this and how-to and installs and seeing different products and getting ideas for your bike, then please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video, and you can join me for these projects. So if that's cool, I appreciate it. If not, enjoy this video. You got some instructions, and from what I've been able to tell so far, kind of previewing this, I think they look pretty easy to follow. We'll find out as we go. One thing to keep in mind is this is kind of designed for TourPacks that don't have a tail light already. So these instructions are going to walk you through the whole process of making the holes in your bike if they're not there already, and kind of that. So I think for our case, for this swap, we just need to be able to remove this one and install this one and see how it looks. And then you've just got some other stuff and a sticker. We'll have to put that sticker on the garage over here. This is actually the first of a few different Advent Black products that I'll be getting over this winter. Advent Black is one of my partners for this season's Road Glide refresh project. So I'm pretty excited about what's going to happen. This video is just kind of a precursor to that, and I'll get into more details about the Road Glide refresh project later. So we got some more stickers. Looks like maybe one or two stickers here, and some screws and washers, so don't lose those. Here there is a template, and what this template is for is, again, if you don't already have a taillight on your bike, you're going to be able to use this template, and it's going to, you stick this onto your TourPack, and it's going to show you exactly where to drill holes, exactly where to cut out for the plugs and stuff, all your wiring and whatnot for your TourPack. But I don't believe we'll need this either. And also there's a couple wiring harnesses, because again, if you don't already have this, you're going to need to run all your wiring. I don't believe we'll need this for this project. And they send a stubby antenna, because as you can see here, the antenna on the bike currently comes off of the tail light, but the new light will not have the space for the antenna, so you will need to relocate it, and they send a stubby one for you. I don't think I'm going to actually be using this. I think I'm going to stick with the one from Zero 3D that I just got, actually. Just put that on the bike last night. It works really well. And here's the new tail light. It's going to go right on there. Just replace the one that we've got. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the plastic wrap on for now, just so I don't get it all full of fingerprints and whatnot. Put it back in the box. we're just going to set that aside for now. All right, let's go ahead and get into the removal of the stock LED Harley-Davidson TourPack taillight. It's a long title. Do you think that's what this is really called? I have no idea. Starters, we're going to remove this strap here so we can get the liner out of the TourPack. It's going to take a T20 Torx bit to get this done. One thing to note is you're going to want to be able to have this leaned up against something, or you can always just take a bungee cord and go from your TourPack rack or wherever you can hook it and then up to your rafters or whatever. But you're going to want to have some way of holding that because it's going to just flop without this strap. I always like to put the screws back into place as well. That way they won't get lost. So whenever possible, I just do that. If that's not possible and you're doing a really big project, then I would suggest having Ziploc bags and a permanent marker. That way you can put the bolt in the bag, mark exactly where it goes, and that way you won't run the risk of losing your bolt, right? Okay, so now that we've got this out, we should just be able to pull the lining right out of the TourPack. And from here we can just start disconnecting things. You'll have your antenna. You'll have this light clip here that provides power to your lights. And you may need to use a small screwdriver or a pick to help you out here because there's not a lot of room for your fingers. There's a small nut here. I'm just going to use a pliers because frankly I just don't feel like trying to find a wrench that's this small. Ground wire. And I'm going to go ahead and use the pliers for this big nut as well. Just loosen that. Give it a turn. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and pull my antenna off right away. I don't have an install video for this Zero antenna, but I will have a link for it down in the description. I really like this antenna so far. It's quite a bit shorter than stock. It's nice and flexible down here at the end. It's made out of aluminum. Gets really good signal, so can't complain. Link in the description. Now, since you're going to have to relocate your antenna, you can pull some of this out. I'm going to do that at a later date and not worry about it right now because later on this winter we're going to do a detachable TourPack kit. So I'll be able to take the TourPack off the bike whenever I want to. So I love having the TourPack, so I'm not exactly sure how that's going to go, but I'm going to try it. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. 5, 6, 7, 8 screws. And I believe this is the final one. So I'm going to hold on to the tail light, pull that screw out, and slide the tail light right off. So that's your stock tail light there. Now if everything goes well, all these screws are going to line right up with this. I'm going to go ahead and clean this area up a bit though, real quick. I know it's going to be covered anyways, but it's good. I always think that it's good to take care of your paint whenever you're doing a project like this. This is an area that never gets seen, but it still gets dusty and dirty, so when you've got it apart, you might as well clean it up. It does appear that the screws are lining up, so this is going to be a super easy job, you guys. To me, like the screw that goes in closest to the plug, it doesn't appear that there's a place to screw that in. Now, of course, we want to be careful not to strip these fittings out, so we're just going to start snugging these down nice and easy. And I'm not going to tighten them down yet until I get all of them kind of snugged into place, and then we'll go around and just tighten them down a little bit. It's not going to take a lot to get this to stay, obviously. Once you start getting these into place, you can snug them down, and that's going to suck the taillight. I'm not sure if it's sucking the taillight into the TourPack. It looks like it's sucking the TourPack kind of into the taillight. And nothing crazy here at all. I'm not cranking down on this thing super tight. That's it. It's snug. It's not going anywhere. All right. Now all we got to do is plug it in and see if it works. All right, we're plugged back in. I'm going to turn the bike on. We're going to test this out. There we go. Let's try the brakes. Signal light, right side. Signal light, left side. Hazards. One question you may ask yourself is something like this compatible with the magic strobes from Custom Dynamics? I just happen to have that module right here, so I'm going to plug it in and see. We're just going to check it out, right? All right, so that's pretty cool. We've proved that these lights are easily compatible with the magic strobes from Custom Dynamics to give you that extra little bit of safety and things. And there's no reason why it shouldn't be. I just wanted to confirm because I thought that might possibly come up as a question in the comment section. So now that we've got that done, we can go ahead and start putting the bike back together. We ended up with a couple extra pieces, but that's okay for this project because, again, we lost our antenna. Just in case you guys might be concerned about the antenna thing, there are some videos on YouTube about how to relocate your antenna, especially like the stock one. People run it up along their frame under their seat, zip tie it down, and things like that. So you can find some ideas. I've seen some brackets that mount down here somewhere. I've got some other plans for the bike. I don't know for sure if that's going to work for me. I really need to look into this and figure out what I'm going to do for an antenna. I'm not exactly sure what my plan is going to be yet, actually, to be honest with you. We'll figure that out. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I don't use the radio a ton anyways, but I would like to have it. So I definitely want to find a solution for the antenna. All right, so all we got to do is just put our liner back in, keeping in mind that we've got the antenna wire and stuff back here loose. So I'm just going to tuck that up in this corner of the liner here. And it might clunk around a little bit or whatever, but I'm not too worried about that because, well, I'm not riding anymore because it's winter. It's upgrade season. So all that's left to do is take our strap back, our screws are right here because we put them back where they belong. Fit it into its little home there. And all that's left to do is tighten them down. And again with these two, no need to get crazy at all because really all you're going to do is risk cracking your TourPack. So they don't need to be, they're not essential, you know what I mean? They're not going to work their way out. Pretty good chance of that. And that's it. So, close the TourPack back up. Check out these lights one more time. Cool. I'm pretty happy with that. I am happy at how this looks. Way better than stock. It's going to be brighter. It's going to do a nicer job, I believe. Gives it a little bit cleaner look, maybe a little more modern. I don't know. The only real drawback is losing the antenna, but also, I mean, I didn't love the antenna on the TourPack anyways. I would love it down lower somewhere. I don't know. We'll figure it out. No big deal. So that's it. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of the Reaper from Advent Black. Easy, super easy swap. You could do it in a couple minutes, I think, no problem, if you weren't talking or making a video. And yeah, I think it's gonna be good. So that's gonna do it for this one, you guys. Stay safe out there as always. We'll catch you next time right here on Touring Midwest.